All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your final match of the evening as I remove my Steam overlay so you can actually see the draft. Here we go. It's going to be First Vietnam versus Ultimate. This one, of course, a best of one, as are all the matches in the group stages for the GEST Dota 2 Cup for March. I am LD of Beyond the Summit. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you guys have enjoyed the game so far. This is the final match of the evening. The loser is out of the tournament. The winner will be second place in the group and will advance to the playoffs. So as far as that group goes, we've already seen Execration be eliminated. They are the first team knocked out. We'll have one more team down the drains. Neolution and they did advance already, and let's see how this one develops. It should be pretty interesting overall. A really clash of styles. Ultimate has done their research. They've seen how First Vietnam likes to play, and they banned that Wisp in the first stage. So we won't be seeing that solo mid Wisp. We will be seeing some other strong heroes picked up. The Lifestealer, the Queen of Pain, those semi-carries, and can really spread the map. And Ultimate, they're going to respond with a Batrider Rubik, pretty standard, but then the Lifestealer, or the Silencer, rather. Interesting pick, I suppose. Potentially could be pretty good, because you're up against Lifestealer. If you silence at the right time, if you global properly, he won't be able to rage. You can potentially stop the Queen of Pain from blinking away, pick up some kills on her. I'm not really convinced about the support silencer. I want to say it has like a 20%, 10% win rate in the games that I've personally cast. Doesn't mean it can't work, just means that it's situational and hard to get right, and haven't really seen teams get it right too often. Keeper of the Light, the most interesting thing out of this phase of the draft, slips through 6 picks and nobody wanted to take a stab at him. Could have maybe seen Ultimate go for that, could have seen Cyberpink or First Vietnam go for that, but both teams say no, we don't want that Keeper of the Light, we'll go for something else instead. And hey, I'm not going to complain. No Keeper of the Light. Most likely we'll see him banned here. And in either case, there's already 3 supports on the board, so maybe something that First Vietnam will pick up if it's still around. Ultimate choosing not to ban it. More worried about burst damage here, as they're going to ban out the Lina. And now the Weaver, the reply. A very annoying hero versus Lifestealer. Almost impossible to bring down. And First Vietnam lacking those stuns. I think a smart ban for them. First Vietnam, no stuns yet. Ultimate, sitting on just the Rubik Lift and the Lasso. So not too much lockdown on either team. There's also a Magnus in the pool. Another hero. The Keep of the Light and the Magnus. 2 heroes that are normally banned, but slipped through the first 6 picks because the Undying and the Wisp were banned out by Ultimate. Somewhat unorthodox bans, and it makes sense. First Vietnam, they love to run that aggressive tri-lane and then the solo mid-Wisp, and basically have that snowball hero join the tri-lane, win a few fights, and then roll the team to victory from there. So Undying, obviously one of the strongest supports in that tri-lane, first tri-lane scenario, and something which can help them get the advantage. Sand King, now going to be the pickup for Ultimate. So getting some additional lockdown. Still don't have that hard carry, and I'm curious who they have their eyes on right now. They went for the Storm Spirit Lifesteal combo last game. They went for the Zeus. I don't imagine we'll see the Zeus this game. They need something that will scale better. They need something that will deal with a Lifestealer. Ideally something with some sort of lockdown or just insane physical damage output. And a Keeper of the Light is the 8th pick. As mentioned, unusual to see him slip through, but hey, if he's there, take him. Why the hell not? What will that final pick be for Ultimate? What sort of carry do they have their eyes on? The Dragon Knight, the Juggernaut. We've seen these carries lately. A tri-lane with Juggernaut can be pretty strong, but you're up against Keeper of the Light, Lifestealer. It's going to be hard to get aggressive. Phantom Lancer off the board, Void off the board, maybe even an Anti-Mage would be an option, but they are going to go Juggernaut. So, how are they going to lane this? It looks like an aggressive tri-lane with a Bat safe lane and a Silencer mid. That's just what it looks like. Silencer does pretty well 1v1 versus Queen of Pain. You can take that last word ability, max it out quickly as possible, harass her with orbs. You can outlast hit her fairly easily with your superior damage coming from the orbs and your good intelligence gain, your good base damage. The last word, harass, is incredibly annoying. Queen of Pain's squishy. She takes a lot of damage from it. Once it's maxed out, I think it's on, what is it, an 8-second cooldown? Let's throw on spell. A 12-second cooldown when it's max, which is really freaking low considering it does an absolutely sensational amount of damage. And on top of that, while she's taking the last word damage, she's going to be silenced afterwards, something which can be very strong against certain heroes. I think the interaction with Rage is that if he casts Rage, then he'll be able to cast spells, but I'm not 100% sure. But obviously they still have the global. We're going to see some sort of, probably a solo coming out now for Versus Vietnam. Some sort of strong solo. Maybe something like a Windrunner here, a Puck, potentially. They have the Queen of Pain Lifestealer vehicle combo, but they also are lacking in stuns. And the thing is, they don't really have anyone else who could, maybe you can run the Lifestealer as a solo, But who are you going to lane him against? Silencer, not an easy matchup for him. Batrider, not an easy matchup for him. There's no obvious 1v1 matchup for him, and Keeper and Shadow Demon just aren't really great solo heroes. So they really do need a second solo, but they also want some lockdown, and they're going to go for Templar Assassin. So it looks to be a Quita Pain as probably that side lane solo, a TA mid, and then a tri-lane with the Lifestealer, facing up against Ultimate, who I assume will be running the aggressive tri-lane. Although they don't have to, it makes more sense considering if you want to be defensive, there are just better heroes than Juggernaut. You could have gone for something like Anti-Mage, which, sure, there's a Shadow Demon, but it's still going to offer you more if the game goes later. So we'll see exactly how these lanes develop. Sick Bastard, he was our Storm Spirit, I believe, last game, and he'll be playing the Silencer this time around. XLR8 was the Zeus. He'll be on the Juggernaut. As for First Vietnam, or Cyberpink, we're looking at Secret playing Quita Pain, so not going to be playing that solo mid-wisp. Again, was banned. First time we'll see him on something different today, and I'm looking forward to it. Let's see what they can do when they don't have their signature hero. It didn't work out earlier. Time for something different. XLR8 on the Juggernaut, on the side of Ultimate. Hochsterberg on the Sand King. Man, that's an annoying name. La Vida on the Rubik. Sick Bastard on the Silencer. Last but not least, Dummy Nation playing that Batrider. I do like the names of Ultimate overall. Just hard to pronounce in some cases. But over on the side of First Vietnam, your Vietnamese challengers, we have Misa playing the Templar Assassin. We'll have Buzzart, or Poker Buzzart, playing the Keeper of the Light. They are going to go aggressive tri-lane. They've been doing aggressive tri-lanes pretty much every game. Boss on the Lifestealer. Hopefully he'll play like a boss if you're a fan of First Vietnam. Last but not least, Milano on that Shadow Demon. So a really strong killing tri-lane. Lots of lockdown, lots of damage, lots of chasing power. And then you'll have Secret going to be actually heading bottom, playing that safe lane Quita Pain. So not taking the mid roll this game. It'll be Misa who handles that. And in terms of how the tri-lanes match up, Ultimate, they definitely have... if it's just a war of attrition, they're going to lose that battle. But I would say they have the better killing potential, because Juggernaut is not going to take any damage from Keeper of the Light or Shadow Demon if he uses his Disrupt or his Blade Fury at the proper moment. So Blade Fury plus the Rubik's Lift and the Telekinesis, or the Burrow Strike stun from Sand King, they have more lockdown, they have more ability to find that early kill. But if they don't find a kill early, then in the war of attrition, you'd expect First Vietnam to have the edge. So it's a tri-lane that can go either way, but if played properly, probably Cyberpink has the advantage. If mistakes happen, Ultimate could pull out ahead, so don't rule them out either. Bottom lane, we will see a regen room picked up by our Queen of Pain, and now Sick Bastard manning up a little bit with those glaives, just not a fight that Secret can take. Although he's thinking about it. He just can't take it, though. And they're actually sending... Oh, interesting. So they're sending Silencer bottom. They're expecting the Queen of Pain safe lane. And it looks like they're going to be right, but we'll see a nice adjustment from Cyberpink. They're going to rotate. Templar Assassin, just such a bad matchup. Batrider, such an easy time versus her. You can Flame Break her out of Meld. You can kill her while she's inside of Meld with your Firefly combo. Refraction's useless. It's a matchup that TA used to have an okay time with the Refraction when it was much cheaper, 75 mana instead of 100, but nowadays just very hard to take. La Vida, oh, could go for a lift right there. I think could have just lifted that Shadow Demon over the tree line. Not doing so yet. Now he'll go for it. There's your lift. Pulls him into the trees, but Sandkid isn't here. He's pulling, and that's why they didn't look to go. Juggernaut, he'll be the one disrupted. Started with boots first. It just shows you how aggressive they want to be. It's pretty much like I talked about. They have that amazing level 1, level 2 killing potential, but as the Illuminates are spammed, as the tri-lane rages on, it will get harder and harder for them, and there you go. Illuminates being spammed out. Hochsterberg taking a big chunk of damage. So back to my discussion about the two solo lanes. I like the adjustment, sending Templar Assassin bottom. She will have a better time overall against Silencer, albeit I think it's still a matchup Silencer can win, especially if he goes Curse of the Silent. You can meld out of it, you can refract out of it, but TA on the sideline is going to have a harder time bottle crowing. It's a longer distance for the courier to travel. We'll see. Even a single point could be decent just to have that additional damage over time, but if you don't go for it, well, Silencer's still annoying. Does a lot of burst damage, can just chip away at you with those 600 range auto attacks, and once TA hits 6, she can look to find a kill on the Silencer. So it's the better of two worlds, but not 100% ideal. Top lane, Cyberpink, their camp has been dewarded. They've been doing a little bit of pulling, but we've seen they're pulling. Well, who is it actually favoring is the question. Keeper of the Light level 2, Shadow Demon level 2. The support's only level 1 on Ultimate. Oh no. Sick Bastard picking up a very early solo kill on our Templar Assassin. Not something you normally would see, especially with no damage over time, but just gets that Templar Assassin. And middle lane, this could be a trouble as well. We need to see 1 point in Flame Break. That's where Dummy Nation can look for a kill. As the action picks up top, Burrow Strike catching out too. Keeper of the Light picks off the Juggernaut to start, but now the turnaround. We may see more to fall. Sand King on the run. Salves up. Has a tango. Needs to keep on salving. The healing ward is here from Juggernaut. Oh, boss just decides to back off, realizing there'd be too much regen coming through. He will retreat in the end, and crucially for Misa, no teleport scroll. That's going to put him at a massive disadvantage in this lane. Secret taking a ton of napalm stacks. We will not see... Yep, there you go. Your point flame break. So basically the way you kill a Queen of Pain is you get the napalm stacks up, and after she blinks, you flame break her back into you, and then she'll just die. That's the way that you can kill her off, unless she just blinks into your tower or something really greedy. But against a normal player who's playing properly, that's the way that you can look for those kills, and we'll see if he finds them. Queen of Pain, much harder to kill than a TA, but still something that is possible. Well, I caught 1 kill out of 3. Let's see if I can do a bit better here. Rest of the way. Rotation towards mid. La Vida, as well as Hochsterberg, coming in on Secret. Secret could be in trouble. They want to force out that blink. They have 2 ways to stun her. They'll start with the lift. Now they need the Burrow Strike. They're just going to go for the burst damage. The Flame Break will be there. She blinks away, but got pushed back so far that it would have made more sense to blink north, but just didn't really anticipate the Flame Break. Of course, if you blink in one direction and you're out of range, you just blink basically as far as you can towards that direction, and that's what we saw there. Something where you really just want to blink the other way, but just a little bit too slow to cancel it. Picking up the kill, and a good smoke gank. Now up 3-1. And bottom lane, our Templar Assassin. As mentioned, really not having a good time. Mid lane, you could abuse that cliff, as we do see points of Curse of the Silent. And now, Refraction, not going to do a whole lot for you. Just immediately removed. Top lane, Disruption on Accelerate, but not a hero they can actually kill. If they ever get him remotely low, he'll just Blade Fury, he'll run away. He's gone for Healing Ward. Will help them to withstand the Codal Blasts, or the Illuminates, rather. Will help them to deal with that constant harassment in the lane. La Vida coming top again. Sentries and Observers. Has picked up a fresh set of Observers. Currently, they have a lane ward, so they have some vision. Not amazing, though. Good positioning so far from the supports. Oh, Misa. Boy, did you need this. Regen rune for him. Desperately, desperately needed. The big story of this game is... Uh-oh. Well, it's a Disruption, and Illuminate that misses. And then the Burrow Strike throw on Leicester. Not Burrow Striking Milano. The hero they can actually stun. Some miscues for both teams. The Illuminate just a few seconds too early. Nothing really going on there, but we Keeper of the Light. Or Silencer, who didn't even get points across the Silence until level 4. Just absolutely butchering this Templar Assassin. As mentioned, it's a lot harder in the side lane, because you can't really abuse the Fog of War. You can't go for runes as easily. TA has the better pushing power because she has Side Blades. Silencer has really no way to push a wave. Besides just auto-attacking 1 creep at a time, but... all things considered, take a look at the gold graph. It's about a 1,500 gold lead for the Dire, and I feel like the majority of it is really just coming from that Silencer, because the tri-lane, look at the levels there, pretty much even all the support. Sinki's slightly ahead, but still quite even, all things considered. Lifestone, Juggernaut, pretty even. Mid lane, not that far from being even. So Milano will get caught out here. The Blade Fury damage mostly dodged. There's a Burrow Strike through, but the Illuminate comes, catches 2. The Fade Bolt as well, doing what it can. Hochsterberg gonna go inside. Oh no. Another blast will kill him off, but there's no mana for it. There's no Illuminate just yet. Hochsterberg still inside, dropping low. Sentry Warriors deployed. Boss gets the kill. Now on the way out, Rubik looking for a Fade Bolt. Needs a couple more auto attacks. Can't quite do the damage. Power Treads keeping that Lifesteal alive. XLR8 rejoining the fight. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Templar Assassin finding the solo kill on the Silencer. And honestly, more how I expected the lane would go. It's just TA having a hard time early, but plays it safe, plays it stable, and then starts picking those kills up once she hits level 6 as the action repeats stop. Come on already. Juggernaut dead. 8 kills, 6 minutes in. Welcome to Southeast Asian Dota. Welcome to me casting for like 6 hours, 7 hours already, and apparently my map awareness slipping just a touch. I do apologize for all the missed kills, guys, but we'll try and do better the rest of the way. So, Dummy Nation getting close to a Blink Dagger. That's the big thing about getting those kills, is once he gets this Blink, they can kill off the Leicester. They have the burst damage with Burrow Strike with Blade Fury over the course of that lasso to bring him down. Disruption can turn the fights, but the Blink Dagger is going to be key. Templar Assassin also here that can easily be picked off. Top lane, Lifestealer just chilling. Continue to farm up. Is still our lead farmer. The one thing that's going their way in the tri-lane overall, even though they were not getting as much of a level advantage as you would expect with a Keeper of the Light, they're still getting a decent one at that. Misa deploying some traps bottom, but it's a bait. It's a trap. There are refraction charges. The Curse of the Silent will be there. Now the Burrow Strike to fly through. Catches her out. Last word deployed. Global as well. Dropping pretty low. I think the last word will be enough to bring her down. It is. What a perfectly planned bait. And while that's happening, mid lane, Dummy Nation looking to go in. Lassos that Create of Pain, brings her back, needs to hit this Flame Break. That's going to be the key. Gotta land the Flame Break, push her back into your Firefly. She turns. Oh, that's a bit of a mistake perhaps. Flame Breaked into the flames, will go down. Dummy Nation bottling up through the Shadow Strike charges, but he's too low. It looks like he will die. He wants to deny himself. It won't happen. Meanwhile, top lane, Milano deploying Sentry Ward. Batrider does get killed off, doesn't get the deny off, but still an important kill for him. Trading is going to be favorable. And getting that kill on TA, also something they really did need. 11 kills, 8 minutes in. Just a bloodbath, an absolute massacre in all 3 lanes. Constant aggression, constant death. Sandkid has a teleport scroll. Sandkid is level 5. Create of Pain jumps in, looks to go on him, has the ult. Hawksterberg, Burrow strikes away. But a blink, a scream, an ult will bring him down. They're not going to go for it. They'll back off. Or she will back off. Sick bastard. He did use the global. So if you're first Vietnam, ideally this is when you want to go. But the issue is going to be you can't go on Juggernaut. And if the supports are properly positioned, it's going to be hard to find them. Blink Dagger coming sooner and sooner for Dummy Nation. Not the fastest blink, but could be good enough. Buzzart lurking around the top tower. Circling like a shark in the water. And Sick Bastard, no global, no way out. The trap's gonna go. He needs to TP out right about now. Maybe not, because the Scream's gonna miss. Now the last word comes. Oh, don't man up that much. Oh, Sick Bastard. Really, it feels like overextended, but the TP's coming in. Maybe he hasn't overextended. Burrow straight through. Catches out too. Secret to fall. Then the trade. Now the run. Misa on the, trying to hoof it out of there. Man's up with the meld. No refraction. Just fighting her way out. Double kill for Misa. And you gotta really question the decision there to man up. If you're the silencer, you could have just TP'd out. You could have just ran away. You would have lived through the burst. They did not have enough burst damage to bring you down. But chooses to fight, asks the Sand King to come, and then pays with her life. And in the end, gives up the double kill. The Sand King also could have lived, but chose to chase, thinking he would get that kill, and he pays as well. So, some back and forth exchanges, some, well, overextensions for both teams. But the critical thing for me is going to be this blink on the Batrider. Once it comes, they can make some things happen with it. Omni Slash, your Burrow Strike may be catching 2-3 heroes. The vision is pretty good for ultimate. This could really be that comeback mechanic, and Misa wants to stop it. But they not the 2 best heroes to really dive a hero like Batrider. No stuns, and then you're just chasing him while you're in Firefly. You're chasing him into his tower while the Lasso's there, and Burrow Strike as well. Could be the way to turn this around. Teleport is still up on the Sand King. There will be a ward here, so they see this rotation. They're going to back off immediately. Shadow Demon, hard to go on. There is a Burrow Strike, there is an Epi. But they're going to play it safe. Now they see a Queen of Pain waddling around Invis. 4 heroes. They're all converging on the top lane. The blink is up on Batrider. What a crucial time to have it. 3 heroes at the tower. They're all hiding. They're all waiting. Batrider, no TP scroll. Is there one coming on the courier? That's going to be the question. They smoke up. They immediately dispel. They know someone's here now. They should be backing off. There's the pings flying out. But the tower's being pushed. The net is going to close soon. Where's that TP? There's no TP on Batrider. Oh no, he didn't deliver one, and now he's forced her on top. As soon as this tower falls, they're all going to look to dive. Cyber Pink Secret, Burrow straight through. Epicenter channel as well. The global's there, so that boss cannot rage. But Secret dropping low. Will it be enough? He's able to blink away. He's down low, but he's not dead yet. And Damnation, or Damn My Nation, gets the last one. Secret will take a fall. The global is what bailed them out there. Really nicely executed. No rage, but now there's rage. Now there's open wounds. Batman flies in high in the sky. And now Sick Bastard on the run. Burrow strike through, additional damage being done. Now you're cursed, doing good damage. Everybody dropping low, immolated in the flames, but it's just not enough. This TA still alive. The Firefly will wear off. And now Sick Bastard on the way out, in trouble, but he'll go down first. In fact, Misa rather, and Sick Bastard living through it all, chasing onwards. We see a full headlong retreat. The global there really did save them, letting them bring that Queen of Pain so low. She's forced to blink away, but she's back now with her ultimate. Could be an overextension. Coming the other way. A blink, scream, ult that caught 3. Could be a double. Could be a triple. Hawksterberger's trap has a shadow, or rather sandstorm, but not using that sandstorm. Now just dying. Not even bothering anymore. Now he knows he'll be screamed. He'll go down. Triple kill for Cyber Secret. Actually, it looks like Rubik died to Creeps, but that's a triple kill for Secret. Make no mistake about it. Bails them out. Such a long fight that he comes back to life, stands and delivers. Accelerate, now gonna go back to base. He's got his drums, he's got his phase boots up. Drums coming next. Dumb My Nation, Blink Lasso online. Could look to go in secret here, but he'll need that follow-up. He doesn't have enough napalm stacks. Now maybe he goes. The Blink was blown, and now into the Firefly, into potentially a Flame Break. Secret dropping quickly. Flame Breaked in. Will drop too fast. Now Milano throws the Purge, but needs to be careful. He's got the Illuminate, but the backup is coming in the form of Accelerate. He wants potentially a Blade Fury. Deploys the Healing Ward. Dumb My Nation able to get out of there. And it looks like that'll end the clash. So they get another kill with that Batrider Lasso. Queen of Pain just not respect it. Once you have the Blink Dagger, I mean, you can't, if you ever blow your Blink and you're too far away from the tower, you're just dead, even if you're Queen of Pain. By the time it cools down, you've been lassoed, you can be Flame Break back in, it'll disrupt your cast animation, even once you have the level 4 Blink, and it's low enough to cool down during that time, and you'll just die from the damage before you can even hope to get away. So, well played by the Batrider, overextension by the Queen of Pain, not respecting the power of the Bat. When you see the bat signal in the sky, guys, you run. You run if you know it's good for you. Rotation down to the bottom lane. Armlet is already up on our Lifestealer, so outfarming the Juggernaut by quite a bit. Dumb My Nation lurking, waiting. No last hit just yet. Coming soon, though. Our Rubik looking for a little foray towards the river. Potentially just to place some wards. Accelerate. Working towards his drums. Very passive, kind of defensive play from both teams, and looking at the lineups, I would say favors First Vietnam a bit if it continues like that, just because Juggernaut is their only real hard carry, and Silencer not going to do much later on, especially because he has gone for a lot of regen items. He hasn't gone for damage, isn't rushing a Force Staff, isn't rushing an Orchid or anything that'll give him some additional maneuverability in the fights. Lifestealer gets lassoed, has that Infest, has that Armlet though. He's tanky. My computer lagging. Will it even matter? Misa fighting the Firefly, taking a lot of damage. He's probably going to take a fall. Lifestealer just backs that off. They blew a global and a lasso. They got the one kill. It's worth it. Getting those kills is always going to be worth it. But that's all they get. And 2 big ultimates down the drain, and now they can't really defend mid. Double damage up on Secret. I'd say overall First Vietnam getting the better trades here. Despite the gold being even, experience even favoring ultimate. Juggernaut, not that far. I'm not going to scale that well. Batrider could, I mean, if he continues to find lassos like that every fight, then yeah, Ultimate are in great shape, but if First Vietnam don't get picked and this goes later and later, it is going to favor the team with the 3 cores, as well as the most farmed cores, the Queen of Pain, the Lifestealer, the heroes that scale with items, that do that big physical damage later on. They'll have the edge if this draws out. Arn up on our Sand King. Might see him just skip the Arcane Boots, as I imagine Rubik could go for those. Could go back for Arcanes, but then you really are delaying your Blink Dagger by quite a bit. That Urn is pretty much your Arcane Boots. Just about the cost of an energy booster, about 100, 150 gold less. Teleports into the bottom lane, they want this tower, they may pay with their lives. Queen of Pain ult is there, catches out one, now the last one, that Queen. Now the melts though, and Dumb My Nation needs to run. He'll Firefly into the trees, the chase is on, Rubik, double traps on him. Melt, steals the melt, now the curse, bringing him back. Now the Flame Break, pushing the TA in. Batrider wants to go back in, but the Firefly's about to end. Fighty is dangerous. Omni slashing is not. Battle Fury, Blade Fury could be here. Not going for it. Wants to Omni. Secret. Blade Fury catching on everyone. He's just getting greedy. He wants all these kills. He's not going to get a single one. He gets purged. Queen of Pain blinks away. Could have just gone for the TA there. Potentially. Could have just gone for a single kill. But no. Tries to force the issue. Ends up paying with his own life. Buyback coming out for the Shadow Demon. La Vida, well, trying to do what he can with the ward, as Sick Bastard has to be worried about some auto attacks. La Vida on the run. In comes the TA. These prolonged fights really going to favor First Vietnam. They pick up some more kills. Epicenter, shadowed on 2. There's no rage. They can't bring down the Lifestealer though. They know the Templar Cess is the one they have to kill off. The dust is thrown out. Now the disruption as well, and this looks to be a total unmitigated disaster for Ultimate. 4 heroes dead, about to be 5. There's a buyback from Shadow Demon, but if they get this additional kill, it's damn well worth it. I think Sand King, no Sandstorm. No Sandstorm forever and a day. 12 seconds until he gets it. That's 3 stacks. Won't be enough to kill him. We'll bring him low. We'll force him back to base. Just a really aggressive fight from Ultimate. Their big source of damage right now is going to be really that Firefly. You can't rely on Epicenter. There's Rage. There's heroes that can just jump away from you once the stuns wear off. The Global wasn't used in that fight. Just not really a perfect engagement for them. And when the fights get chaotic, that's really where First Vietnam's going to shine. They have the mobile lineup. They have the heroes that do really well in prolonged fights. Lifestealer getting multiple rages off, Armlet toggling like a champ. Queen of Pain just blinking all over the place, popping out the screams here and there, and being a total nuisance. So, just a tempo right now that really will favor First Vietnam, and they're forcing that tempo as well. Ultimate just pressing the issue too much. They need to be a little more disciplined and patient with their engagements, but so far, not quite finding that right rhythm. Tier 1 mid isn't deny range, actually. We'll see if they go for the tower deny. They just got the tower deny bottom. This will be big. Double tower denies. That is 1,000 gold that's not going your opponent's way. Sure, they get the map control of the tower being down, but First Vietnam will be very happy with that. I'm even surprised to see them losing this many towers. They do have Kodal after all, but he's been dying a decent amount. Currently sitting... Actually, no, hasn't been dying. I guess just running for his life is more the apt explanation. I feel like I've seen Poker Buzz Art just constantly on the retreat. But who wouldn't be against Batrider, against Sankey, and against Juggernaut? These in-your-face kind of heroes. Speaking of that, Juggernaut, phase drums. Again, a build that's not going to scale that well late game. Lifesteal are going for the Basher Armlet, items that are more useful the longer the game grows. He is going to go back for... It looks to be maybe a Yasha, maybe a Diffusal Blade, and that's something that will scale a bit better. Juggernaut's a decent carry, but he doesn't have any buffs either. He's not going to have... Oh, they're going to blink in. The last one boss. They need to bring him down from full HP to none, and the Burrow Strike will be there. The Global was too late. He gets off the rage. What a disaster of a fight. Omni Slash thrown out. It does a little bit. It won't do enough. And now Misa perched up after his Blade Fury. They run him down. Now they want Hochsterberg. He'll Burrow Strike into the trees. He'll dust. Or they'll dust. He'll try to Sandstorm and then TP out. Nothing gonna work. He'll take a fall. And now they're looking to spill some more blood. They want this juicy bat blood. They'll blink in. There's your Scream. There's your Shadow Strike. TA charging in. Looking for some big meld crits. They won't find the kill. In fact, Secret on the run. But what a silencer really bring to your team after his global's down. He's going mech. He can't really do that much damage. He's not useful against Refraction. He's not useful against Rage. As this orb, of course, is not something that will go through that Rage. And all he can do is run and feed and die. Silencer just a very situational pick, and this situation is not the right one for him. Dummy Nation on the run. Queen of Pain all thrown in. They're driving to the base. They're looking for more kills. Misa has that... no, actually, sorry, doesn't have the Blink Dagger. He just got the BKB. Nice melt steal, but Levita might be in trouble anyway. Oh, they'll get the kill of the Queen of Pain under the tower. Gets the Rubik kill in return. Not really a worthwhile trade for her. Did they really just fight all the way from their own tier 1 to the enemy tier 3? What the hell am I watching? Another Burrow Strike in onto Misa. He gets lassoed. Lasso has come off cooldown because this damn fight just won't end. Now Boss still chasing. Once Dummy Nation. Or Dummy Nation, rather. I keep on saying dumb mind. Whatever. Take Boss. Oh, man. Boss will take a fall. Dummy Nation. Dumb My Nation. Man, whatever. Same frickin' thing. Stop blaming me in the chat. I know you're doing it now, even though I'm 2 minutes ahead. Oh boy. Well, all things considered, 20 to 18. Just a massive genocide. Everybody constantly dying, coming back to life. The heroes that are owning, look at them. Even the TA, 5 deaths. The Batrider 3. The Silencer 5. The Queen of Pain 7. A few heroes that have only died a handful of times, but everybody else. Just an absolute mess of a game. And in spite of that, almost dead even. About 0 in terms of gold lead, a slight lead in terms of experience for the Radiant, but for the Dire, but nothing too significant. One of those games where the teams are just pushed to their limit, they're exhausted, they've been playing forever. Maybe they're not as focused as they could be, but they are doing their best to win this game. Loser going home, winner moving on. It all hangs in the balance for this month of the GST Dota 2. There will be a Blink, there will be a Lasso, there is a Global. Will they blow it just for Secret? They won't need it. Too much burst. That last word really frickin' hurts. Yasha will be the choice for Accelerate. Manta Style, a strong item this game. You can Manta out of the Templar Assassin Traps. You can Manta out of Open Wounds. You can't Manta out of Demonic Purge, though. I think you can Manta out of Monolith. I'm not sure. But yeah, there's a lot of things that'll be useful to Manta out of. Mainly those 2 slows. It's a decent split pushing item. It's one of the better carry items for Juggernaut because he's like a lifestealer in that his main issue is staying on heroes in fights. And he's even got more of an issue in the lifestealer because he doesn't have a slow. He doesn't have the attack speed of a lifestealer to be able to bash, to just rush a basher and consistently lock a hero down. So one way to get around that is to go for your race car build. Your phase, your drums, your Yasha into Manta. Don't have to complete the Manta though. If you want, you could just go for something else. Normally, it's hard to say with Juggernaut. Juggernaut's decent with everything. Aghanims isn't bad. I don't think this is a game for it though. I think he's really going to need more attack speed, more damage items. if they want to take it late, because Silencer is going utility. He's gone mech. He scales alright. He doesn't scale that well. Especially not when he's gone for this build. Hasn't really stolen that much additional intelligence, I don't think. Well, 6, 5, and 4, I guess he's stolen some, but it doesn't really feel like he's hitting that hard. And against TA, against Lifestealer, as mentioned before, Curse is fairly useless. Your last word is fairly useless. Refraction is going to block everything as well. Rage and Refraction is so good against Silencer. Curse of the Silent is decent versus him, to be fair, but... Or versus TA, to be fair, but not going to do much against the Lifestealer. BKB now up a Misa. A crucial pickup, because now who do you lasso? Do you lasso the TA? Do you lasso the Lifestealer? Neither one is an easy choice. They both do great damage. They both need to be focused quickly. Ultimate just feels like they lack that damage. It's really going to have to come for the Juggernaut. Accelerate has picked up the Yasha, but his farm is just lagging behind right now, and he didn't go for a Battle Fury. Not that you often... You see that occasionally on Juggernauts. It's more like if you pick Juggernaut and then you realize you're not far enough ahead to take the game late, you'll see players like Havost will go for Battle Fury, and it has decent synergy. You can cleave during your Omni/auto attacks that happen in between the Omni/main attacks, but... oh, here we go. On to Sick Bastard. There's your lasso. The global deployed. Right as Secret gets initiate upon. Simultaneously, Milano maybe getting picked up. They can't actually bring down the Queen of Pain, so when it's all said and done, Epicenter and lasso thrown out. They only get the support Shadow Demon. Now the BKB TA comes in. Everybody forced to run. On the back lines, it is the Sand King picking off the Keeper Light. They got the 2 supports. Can they deal with the carries? There's no lasso, but they do have Burrow Strike. They do have additional stuns. BKB is now done. Open Wounds will be there. La Vida. Queen of Pain jumps in. There's your Omni Slash. Onto a Rage Leister, only hitting him, then finishes off. Nobody. Actually, the supports, the only one's dead at this point, and now the Infest inside of Misa. Get me out of here, Misa. Get me out of here, Misa. Get me out of here. Boss says, never mind. I'll have to fight my way out, because you ain't getting me out of here. Now our Juggernaut on the run. Boss snipes him. We need to see some more armlet toggles. Burrow Strike available. Oh, a misclick from Hochsterberg. Potentially costly. Will armlet toggle. Armlet toggles his way through that damage, but may still go down. He will go down. No, he won't. He armlet toggles again. Boss playing like a boss. Gem from the Batrider hits the deck as he dies to that Shadow Demon. Rejoin the fight. Lifestealer still alive. Unbelievable that he's lived through all of this. Milano on the run. Milano, did he buy back? No, didn't. Just died for the first time. The gem hits the deck again. This time... Wait. Oh, Juggernaut's pinning it. Sorry. It's the same gem. And it's been picked up by our Silencer. What a clowny game. 47 kills. 25 minutes in. Almost 2 kills per minute. Crazy team fights. Endless action. And still... almost dead even. 1,000 gold lead for the Radiant. A 3k experience lead for the Dire. These games only seem to happen when I'm solo casting nowadays. It's only at the end of the day when I'm solo casting, when my throat's giving way, and I'm loving every minute of it. What a great game. What a way to round out this action in Group B. It's day 1 of the GesT. We have more action coming up later, but for now, or tomorrow rather, we'll have Groups A and D playing, and then after that we move into the playoffs. We'll have most of the games in 2 days' time, and then we'll have the finals, maybe the semifinals as well. I don't know the exact schedule, but something like that on the final day of action this coming Sunday. So a lot of Dota for you guys to look forward to. And of course, there's G1 League. Those VODs, if you missed today's action, IG versus Chainstack, we'll get them up for you tonight within the next 12 hours or so. Probably Gods will do it when he wakes up. Maybe I'll try to before I go to bed, but we'll have more G1 League. We'll have more GST. And the game rages on. Looks like a Force Staff now going to be coming out for our Silencer. Could be a Yule Scepter. There's no silences, there's nothing to debuff, so there's no big reason to get a Yule's. It's decent against the Lifestealer. I think it does remove the slow, though, so... I mean, it's okay. I think Force Staff is still the better choice, because something you can use just no matter what. You can always Force Staff your allies away. You can't do that with the Yule Scepter. They'll actually smoke. Batrider Force Staff is out. This could be the opening. They need to keep on finding those pickoffs. They don't want this to turn into a farm fest. Some wards doing... Oh boy, here you go. The last are going to catch out that Templar Assassin. No chance. No how. They get the kill. But the bleed was limited in a sense. First Vietnam, they only lose one. Is Ultimate going to pull one out of the hat? Can they do it? Can they finish the job? They've been finding some kills. They're starting to find their stride here in the game 1. Well, the best of 1. In this final match of the tournament. Group stages of Group B. They march onward. They want to push this tower mid. Sand King lurking on the high ground. Has his Blink Dagger as well. I think he's had it for a little while now, but in the chaos, in the constant 2 kill per minute action, haven't quite been able to keep track of that. But yeah, now the blink is up. Blinks in. Burrows onto Milano. Oh, do you really want to dive on a Shadow Demon? This could be the makings of a mistake, of a blunder. There's no TA. The mech will be there from the Keeper. Looks like they just wanted to drive him back, do some chip damage, basically intimidate him into backing off. Then they'll retreat. Lifestealer is going to have an Abyssal Blade soon. The good news is they do have ways to deal with them. They have the Flaming Lasso. They have Omni Slash. An Abyssal Blade armlet is fairly tanky, especially when the armlet is just activated. You have all that armor and you haven't lost too much HP from the degen. Oh, mid. Shadow Demon getting picked off. Fire Batrider. The Blink Force Staff. Juggernaut leaves and then they say, let's fight now. Let's see if that cost them. Open wounds on our Silencer, but he, of course, is hasted. So he will not care 2 hoots. Juggernaut now. What is he going to go for? If he wants the Manta, he'll pretty much have it. If you just want raw DPS, there are better items than Manta, but if you just want to be active in the fights, there's basically 2 schools of thought. One of them is to just make your ultimate as strong as possible, make sure your Omni Slash does as much damage as it can. The other school of thought is, if you want to be just more involved over a prolonged fight, then you want to go for the Manta and then into some damage items, as it will help keep you alive. But we'll see. It feels like ultimate is best served just finding those pickoffs, and if... well, let's see what he goes for here. Point Booster. Ag's another decent item in the prolonged fights. Your ultimate gets quite a bit stronger, just looking at the upgrade. I mean, the cooldown is a bit better. It's not really that significant, but the main thing is just, it's more jumps and you're tankier. So, you live longer, you have a little bit of extra mana, and you spend more time slashing around, not taking auto attacks. You can live through the rage a bit better. They can still kill this Lifestealer, but in a few fights, they might not be able to. He'll have the Abyssal. Again, they can still kill him then, but once he gets those next items or 2, like, say the Assault Cuirass, the Heart of Tarrasque, unless Juggernaut has 2-3 big items of his own, he's not going to be able to bring that Lifestealer down. And the one bad thing with Aghanims is it does give you the more auto attacks, but you can get a lot more auto attacks from getting attack speed as well. You get extra auto attacks in between your Omni Slashes. With Ags, you just get more slashes, so it'll make your ult stronger, but it won't make your right click as good. And eventually, if you have enough attack speed, you can pretty much have just as many, well, not true Omni Slashes, but just additional attacks during Omni Slash while you're invulnerable. Ogre Club coming out. He'll have that soon, and they're going to push top. They're feeling confident. They're feeling poised. Batrider could start with the Firefly coming over the tree line. That's what we're going to see. They don't see him. They don't see him. He'll blink in. He looks for the last, so he won't find it. Now he's purged. He's force-staffing himself away. He's barely moving. The BKB is there. A little bit impatient. You really can go farther down the tree line and then jump over. But he just saw the opening and went for it right away. Here comes our Lifestealer Bomb, but it's in the form of a Templar Assassin infested by that Lifestealer. And the issue is she doesn't have a Blink Dagger. They don't want Queen of Pain to go in first. That's why. They want this BKB TA in the middle of the fight. Tanking some initial damage. Fireflies cool down. Will they go again? Maybe they can. Radiant Vision doing a quick check. They don't see much. They will see this Batrider in a matter of seconds. He's about to break in. He'll throw the Flame Break. He's jumping in. He's got the lasso. He's not going to go. They got the tower. Now they go in. Now they look to go. There was a surprise, but I don't know if it was a good surprise. Lifestealer, maybe he's the one on the wrong end of this. There's still an Omni Slash. If they get the Omni here, this could be 2. 3 heroes dead. Epicenter as well. Blink in. Beautiful engagement. Wasn't enough. Lifestealer still alive. Still tanky. Needs the armlet toggle. Will not find it. That Juggernaut slaps him down. Slices off his head. Secret. Blinks away. But Bad is here. Has the Firefly soon. Stacking the Napalm. The traps to fly as well. Templar Assassin. Detonating that trap from beyond the grave, but something you can do if you manually click on it instead of just pressing your ultimate on your hero. But unfortunately, they lose 4. It is feeling more and more like Ultimate's game, and it's all coming on the back of the Batrider initiations. That's what's winning them these fights, even though First Vietnam with the better split push had the better late game if they get to that point. It's the Batrider Blink and Lasso. It's the Sick Bastard Silencer Ultimate. Those two used correctly in concert. Silencer, as mentioned, a hero that often is ineffective, but if you do use him properly, he can be dominant, and we're seeing that here. Accelerate? Well, if he wants to go for that Aghanim's, he's got it. Generally, you don't get point booster unless you're going to Ag, so we'll expect it to come out, but just not choosing to purchase it as of yet. Dummy Nation up to 2.9k. Now he can start getting tanky. This is where you can look at your Sight Device, maybe your Shiva's Guard. Fantastic item against Lifestealer and Templar Assassin, both of whom can be kited, can be dealt with. And even the attack speed slow, going to be a nuisance no matter what. An additional Force Staff up. Sandcade's picked one up as well. Force Staff is such a good item against Templar Assassin and Lifestealer. Again, yes, they have Bash and Lifestealer, but they don't have any true, hard, reliable lockdown. They have Disruption, they have Bash, they have Traps. They don't have Stuns, they don't have a Magnus RP, they don't have a Ravage, they don't have even a Panda ult. I do have allergies, apparently, though. Without that lockdown, Force Staff just becomes infinitely more effective. Something that isn't useful, frankly, if they have, say, a Sight Device with the Queen of Pain. Axe is now up, and now Accelerate starts to hit that. This is where you start to get scary as Juggernaut, because the thing is, while you're an Omni Slash, you don't take damage and you can't be kited. The only way you can be kited is, say, if a hero is able to blink away, and you lose, you fail to reacquire them if they're outside of the Omni Slash acquisition range, depending on how long the blink is, or if you bounce the creeps. Otherwise, there's no getting the Juggernaut off you once it gets late enough, and he's far enough ahead from the Lifestealer. Whereas the Lifestealer, with Force Staffs on multiple heroes with Ghost Scepters maybe coming out, can be kited. So there's this weird, even though Lifestealer is really the better hard carry in most cases, because generally he'll have better farm, generally he's harder to kill, generally he can do more in fights, but when you're having just a few big fights that ultimate are decisively winning, and then it really is a situation where Juggernaut can actually outcarry the Lifestealer, even though on paper he shouldn't do so. But he's now even. He was way behind before. Abyssal Blade is coming soon. That could be a game changer. That could be a tide turner. Burst strike into the cheeses, Hawkstraberg. It is nighttime. Was out of vision, and now he'll lurk. Now he'll wait. You really just shouldn't try to defend your tier 2 at this point. Not when they have such an advantage in terms of positioning. And the thing is, if First Vietnam tries to go in, they have to be worried about the global, just counter-initiating. That's the other reason that fighting like that would be incredibly dangerous. So I like the fact they give up the tower, First Vietnam's gonna back off. The issue, of course, is you're giving up your tier 2s, you're not getting the trades yet. Misa will try for the trade. They may back off bottom. I don't think Ultimate quite want to force the fight yet. They may try to, but I think they're better off farming this one out. Get that Roshan, get that Aegis, get your map control up, and Juggernaut will do just that. TP's top, gonna continue farming. Bottom. Oh, here comes the bat. There's your blink. Force Staff lasso. Won't have the Force Staff to bring that Queen of Pain back, so she's simply gonna blink away. No, she's not. Global is there. The blink burrow is there. Now Sick Bastard, though, eats the Abyssal. Now being worked down, but you can see the power of the Force Staff. Will there be a bash? Oh, yes, there will. They'll trade their silencer. They fought without the Juggernaut, and that's why First Vietnam in a bit of a pickle. That Juggernaut Accelerate. He stopped to farm, but now he's running again. Blink Dagger up on the Templar Assassin. Goes back for this item. Lavita lurking. Lavita waiting. A pile of wards all atop this hill. Both teams really want to deward it. Who's going to get it first? It will be Poker Buzzart. He's got to be careful. A blink, four-step burrow strike. Sand King could just come careening into that ledge. It's waiting to see if they're going to go, but he blinks south and not going to engage in the end. Now the Butterfly. Accelerate. Now you're up against a Basher on a Lifestealer. You really want a Butterfly. It's so much physical damage, no MKBs. They may get one eventually, but it's going to be a while as of yet. Burrow Strike in. They catch up boss, but... Oh, Sandcade. If he gets fast there, he's in trouble. There will be a lasso. That's why they're fighting. Epicenter being channeled. But he's going to tank through most of this. He's not even dropping yet. The backup, not there just yet. There will be an Infest away inside of a creep. 4.2k. Butterfly most likely the next choice if he's thinking well. As mentioned, it's been a long day for these players. We'll see if the item selections are as pristine as they need to be. And as far as Roshan goes, something I really think Ultimate will have the edge for. Not spending his gold yet. Interesting. Thing is, if you get Butterfly and you get Basher on Juggernaut, and you have an Omni Slash, you can actually potentially outcarry Lifestars until he gets an MKB, because he'll be missing, and you can just pop your Abyssal once you have it. You can bash him down. You can bash Lord him down. And he's actually not that hard to kill, especially because they have Burrow Strike, they have Lasso. He doesn't need to go for a basher of his own. He can just go for, say, an MKB if he's worried about some evasion. Even a Desolator's not bad, although it's getting kind of late for that. 40 minutes in, not really that great of an item anymore. And W Nation will go for the global gank prowess. He's picking up the Boots of Travel. Juggernaut coming to the Roshan pit. Still nothing purchased. Maybe just looking for that completed butterfly. Maybe gonna go back for Manta first. But this will drop uncontested. And really, there's not a whole lot they can do. Fighty inside the Roshan pit when there's a Blink SK and a Bat Rider with Lasso and Gem is frankly suicide. Lasso, Gem, and Firefly. He could see you no matter where you are. You're not going to sneak up on them. Even if you do, with Sand King to be potentially anywhere, you're just likely getting locked down, burst down, and big dog. The first Vietnam really picked more of a split push ganking lineup, but now they're being forced to start to fight 5-on-5, and that's where Bat Rider is king, because he's always starting the fight 5v4. He's always finding that pickoff. And on top of that, they've got more useful AoE, because they've got the Burrow Strike, Spammable Stun. Sure, there's Illuminate, but Illuminate really does start to trail off in hero engagements at this point. 5.2k for Accelerate. He's starting to pull away in terms of farm. And here comes what could be the death push mid. Ultimate. They're close. They can taste blood in the water. They can smell victory, but they haven't secured it yet. They've got to keep it up. Illuminate's going to slow them down. Mech could be used on these creeps. Not being used. They'll let the creep wave die. They'll work on the tower. Accelerate. Not spending his gold. He's got an Aegis. I think you really want to buy an item here. I mean, sure, you could buy back Boots of Travel in, but Juggernaut's a one-trick pony. Once he ults, he doesn't do much. So for me, saving for buyback is just a pretty pointless way to play the hero. We'll see, though. Plays it safe. Plays it standard. Bat Rider going to start with that Firefly. Here we go. Here we go. Dummy Nation will blink in. He catches out our Keeper of the Light, who will just absolutely melt. The Global even thrown out. I think that was unnecessary, but Accelerate has his Omni Slash. Will he look to go? He can Omni through that BKB. He'll do so. Refraction, chewing it up quickly, but nicely spread. They still gets the support with the last few slashes. Now the Omni, or the Blade Fury being thrown out, and Life's still on the run. Could win this man fight if he gets a bash. He won't get one. Queen of Pain ult flung in there as well. Everything, and the kitchen sink just being tossed at this Juggernaut, and now the Healing Ward cools down. He's got 6k. They want to break the base. There will be no Shadow Demon. Crucially, there is no Keeper of the Light, but there is a Glyph. This is going to be tough. There's no Omni now. There is still an Aegis. No Queen of Pain ultimate. A lot of the key abilities off cooldown. BKB as well on cooldown for the TA. They get the tier 3. Now fighting this gets harder, and once again, that late game Lasso, once he's level 16, it's always up. When you need it, it's there. And Boss trying to find the fight, but he just can't quite stay locked on. It's what I was talking about, just too easy to kite, whereas that Juggernaut Omni Slash, there's no running. They will purge that Juggernaut. They'll try to slow him down. They'll try to bring down the Sand King, but the Force Staff is there. He will take a fall. Maybe they've overextended. They really need Sand King to these fights. They don't have Omni Slash. There will be a Lasso in about 30 seconds. There will be an Omni Slash soon as well. But they're on the run. They will back off. Meanwhile, Rubik. Meanwhile, La Vida. Likely to be... what is it? La Muerta? La Deda. That's for sure. He's going to be dead if he keeps it up, and he'll run. I'm not sure how good my Spanish is.
Regeneration.
Either way, he would be dead if he stayed, but he doesn't. Dummy Nation. Sight Device will be the next choice, I imagine. It could be a Lincoln's, but... and now we'll see it. The combat build for Juggernaut. It's going to be a completed Abyssal Blade. He picks up a Basher. Or he could go Manta here. Manta and Basher are decent. Your Illusions won't get the Bash, but they will get that additional attack speed from the Yasha. They'll be a bit of a nuisance in these fights. But I think with this Basher, or with this Abyssal Blade, they can win the man fights versus that Lifestealer, because there's more stuns on the supports. They have the Burrow Strike, they have the Rubik Lift. Once all the big sort of ultimates, the Purge, the Disruption, the big AoE spells like the Queen of Pain ult is used, once that's all out the window, you have a couple of things that will last. The Bash will be there for both carries, the Lifestealer and the Juggernaut. But the X factor is going to be the fact that the Lasso cools down in about a minute, and then you have Burrow Strike. So you have these two abilities that will continuously lock down the Lifestealer in a longer fight. And that's why Ultimate having a slower start, but now into a point in the game where it really will hit their comfort zone. Still, I think Butterfly would probably be an equally good, if not better choice, but Abyssal Blade by no means bad. So Abyssal's up on both carries, and now the push comes mid. The Healing Ward deployed, maybe a bit early. It's often good to kind of sit on it and just throw it down in the chaos of a fight, but they're up against Illuminate spam. They want to drop now, and TA thinking about jumping in here. No Lifestealer Bomb as of yet. Batrider jumps in, grabs that Creed of Pain. 4 stabs are back. There will be a disruption, but it's too late. The 4 stab was already used. Hello, Omni Slash. Goodbye, Secret. They'll drop quickly, though. Juggernaut, man fight. He drops his Abyssal. He gets it all first. The Lifestealer used his Abyssal already, but he'll bite the dust. And now, Misa on the run. Misa to take a fall. Queen of Pain on, catching nothing except for our Rubik for the looks of things. Secret blinks into the back lines. Wants that screen, but he gets silenced by Last Word. Won't be able to complete the kill. Now the Lifestealer buys back, but what can he do? They got the Rex. They may just back off now. Battle Furying some creeps. Accelerate. Showing that late game Juggernaut can work. They've got one laner Rex. They're getting closer and closer. The lasso pulling down soon. Omni Slash stolen by the Rubik. Oh, or wait, what the hell was that? No, it doesn't make any sense. They're on the same team. It looked like there was an Omni Slash right up there. Juggernaut was most certainly a cooldown. I have no idea what the hell that was, but yeah. We just saw some sort of weird slashing motion. Maybe just a hallucination of mine. I definitely heard like 5-6 auto attacks in a row really quickly. I don't think a drum would be enough, but hey, either way, they'll comfortably and surely get this tier 3. Maybe it's because he popped the drum charge. I guess that could be it. But it's only 10%. It's really not that much additional attack speed. Either way, they're looking at 2 lanes of Rax. It looks like Ultimate are going to be in a bit of a surprise for me. They were the team I knew the least about in this group, but it looks like they may be that final team that moves on into the playoffs, into the GEST March playoffs. And those will be happening later this weekend. But before we get there, we have 2 more groups. God's finished casting Group B. Or was it Group C? I think he did Group C with Orange, and I'm doing Group B, of course, with 4 sort of lesser-known teams. And we already saw Neolutionate take your first place pretty convincingly at that, and now a bit of a surprise. Ultimate going to beat out First Vietnam as well as Execration, 2 teams which I've seen a lot more than Ultimate, and I'm somewhat impressed by Ultimate. I do feel like the other teams in this group really did not have a good day of Dota. But all that being said, take nothing away from them. They've earned their victory here. They were the best team in the group for sure, and now we'll see the completed Manta style come out. And after this, then you get your Butterfly, and then that's pretty much all she wrote. You can go for Satanic as your last big item. Go for an MKB if the Lifestealer gets evasion, and that'll pretty much be it. Swear to God, I heard like 10 auto attacks in the space of a second. What the hell, man? I need sleep. I slept for like 1 hour before this cast, so yeah, I'm a little crazy, guys. Don't try this at home. At least not if you want to be coherent. But now Ultimate up 2 lanes of Rax. They're going to go for that 3rd lane. They're going to look to end this game. They've now got an Ultimate Orb on their Sand King. They're looking towards multiple sites of Ice. They already have 1 up on the Silencer. I mean, he's almost, like, irrelevant to me. Even though his ult has been useful in these fights. It's just all about this Juggernaut, the Batrider, and then the Sand King. Those 3 heroes. The big damage for the Juggernaut, and the big initiation and counter initiation for the Sand King, the Batrider. That's what's winning them these fights above all else. Accelerate is going to breach high ground. He'll plop down a Helium Ward. Someone needs to go in and drop this. Here comes Domination from the sides. He's looking for the Blink Lasso. He'll take some damage. He won't be able to blink, but he doesn't need to. He catches out our poor Gandalf, and now a blink in at Epicenter. What a nice Epicenter. The slow will go through BKB, will slow down Misa. He's being kited, and now everybody being brought down. Big, fat Omni Slash, and now the Bashes are here. No, actually not the Bash. The active from the Abyssal, and the end has come. First Vietnam are done, and it will be Ultimate who are going to move forward. They have earned it. They have played well today. They will be your 2nd place team in Group B. They will advance, along with, I assume, RNG Sports and one other team I'm not sure about for Group C. You can find all your results on Ghostu Gamers, maybe on Team Liquid as well. Or, of course, the Dota Talk website. Results should be available there. DotaTalk.com should be one of the prime news articles. So for GEST Dota 2 action, we're done for today. I think it's best of 1. I'm pretty sure it's best of 1, guys, so I think this is the end of the road for First Vietnam. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, he says single elimination, but I think he does mean best of one. And that'll be it. So Ultimate, they are going to be your champ or your second place team. They will be your loser bracket champions, and Ultimate gonna secure the right to move forward. It will be First Vietnam going home. I've got that song. I forget the name of it. Something Bach. What is it? I've got that Vietnamese song. Nang Q Lo Bach. It's coming up next. It will be sort of a tradition here, I suppose, to be on the summit. But First Vietnam are done. Ultimate move forward. That wraps it up for today, guys. We will come back tomorrow with Groups A and D of the GEST Dota 2, and then the next day the playoffs will begin for this particular month. Meanwhile, G1 League action continues at its regularly scheduled time. The next live broadcast will be tomorrow in about 18 hours or so. We'll get started with our G1 League action here on the main stream on Beyond the Summit. And then on the secondary stream, it'll be GST Dota 2 action. So that'll kick off around 4:30 a.m. Pacific Time, PST, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Daylight Time, since it's actually Daylight Savings now, 12:30 CET, as well as 19:30 SGT. So we will see you all in about 18 hours for more G1 League action, more GST Dota 2 action. Thank you all for tuning in. I am LD. If you enjoy my casting, be sure to follow me, twitter.com/BeyondTheSummit. But for now, I'm going to go take a rest. We'll start the rebroadcast right about here. So thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you in 18 hours when more Southeast Asian, more Asian Dota continues. Goodbye. Good night.